Greetings all you metal maniacs, I'm T-Money G, and today we're going to show you how to build GoodOl'Maurice's Nightsister resistant Territory Wars defensive team. A consistent TW defender that often brings home over 10 defensive wins in Territory Wars, Rey's metalhead team is designed and fine-tuned to be as Nightsister proof as Rey teams come. While Rey disappeared off the Territory Wars battlefield due to her utility on offense and vulnerability to an offensive assault from Nightsisters, in recent weeks we've seen a resurgence of Jedi Rey teams in Territory Wars whose sole purpose on defense is to drain common counters to teams like Kylo-Ren Unmasked, Bastila and Traya. However, we believe Rey is destined for more than just draining counters, and that this team that utilizes a couple of interesting zetas and an outside-of-the-box strategy can make Jedi Rey back into the defensive wall she once was versus the Nightsister doormat she is today. The core of the traditional Rey team is still present. JTR, BB-8, and R2. People have tried to slot into those 2 extra spots: Scavenger Rey, Resistance Trooper, Chopper, Hermit Yoda, Holdo, Old Ben, and more. All fail when it comes to resisting the dreaded Talzin offensive lead. As we always say, when building a Territory Wars defensive team, you have to keep in mind the hard counters, and though some combinations were tricky, they were all consistently overcome by those experienced with Mother Talzin lead. GoodOl'Maurice will now walk us through the team, its zetas and omegas, and how to mod and clock each tune to maximize its efficacy on defense in Territory Wars.
Nightsisters are built to vaporize your team with Asajj and Plague, not withstand a long fight. Rey and her metalheads resist the onslaught of Nightsisters in 3 ways. First, you build a team with an extremely large health pool and utilize multiple ways to keep these health pools full. This reduces the threat of Plague. Next, you neutralize one of the core mechanics Nightsisters possess, their ability to heal themselves. Thirdly, focusing on crit chance significantly reduces the cooldown of Illuminated Destiny and increases the chances of the situational exposes. We will suggest pretty specific setups to optimize this lineup. However, if you've spent significant time modding your core 3 for the Sith Triumphant raid, it will work here as well. Just plug them in for convenience, but to maximize your defensive efforts, you may want to utilize the game's new mod loadout for on-the-fly tweaking. The characters we are suggesting to add to the core 3 come in the form of an old friend, IG-88, and a new one, L337. This comp will just further back the claims that Rey is the ultimate droid leader within the game, while allowing you to use the traditional supporting cast to improve your other teams. Let's get right to it with the overview of the characters we need. First character is BB-8. No breaking news here. Speed, speed, speed. You'll want both the zetas and want to focus on crit chance and health as backup stats. Roll with the Punches offers big burst damage, and Self-Preservation Protocol offers droid-specific healing. Both are vital in your team's success versus Nightsisters comps, which are generally squishy and rely on Plague for the win. Rey. Most players have her modded well for the raid runs, and she'll need it here as well. Having her fast and hard hitting is the key. The only difference build-wise is you'll want to sub out the potency for offense and crit chance. She's not the main source of offense, but she's the most sustainable. Her Zeta lead will be required for the turn meter manipulation. Insight is not required, but gives her a nice boost in survivability and damage. R2-D2 rounds out the core 3. You can make the case that T3-M4 is the more exciting choice, but everyone on the team is eligible for his number crunch zeta, and his resistance tag allows an AoE expose with enough crit chance. The Nightsisters don't have many detrimental debuffs apart from Plague, so the zeta on combat analysis is not mandatory. You get the 10% crit chance and accuracy bonus without the zeta. Speed, crit chance, and health are the best choices for your mod stats. IG-88. This is when we climb out of the box in terms of team building. Most players shy away because he's traditionally squishy. However, if you look at the Gear 12 pieces he receives and his recently reworked kit, his survivability has been significantly improved. His Zeta provides a target lock that's based on crit chance, and once enemy is target locked, they can no longer heal. Pair that with a healing immunity debuff on his basic, and you've eliminated a core mechanic of the Nightsisters, their healing. If that wasn't enough, he has an AoE ability block and defense down to pair with the target lock on his adaptive aim algorithm, and his unique grants him 50% health steal against target locked enemies. Add that to the 20% he naturally gets in his kit, and that neutralizes his glaring weakness, survivability. Did we mention he hits like a freight train? Mod wise, you want a speed arrow and crit damage triangle. He has goals in terms of kit building. You want him with 100 plus secondary speed, 30,000 health, 216% crit damage, and 50% potency. I realize that can be a bit of a tall order, but you do have potency and also a newly revamped health primary to play with on your cross mod slot. Potency is needed as ability blocking Talia is vital to improving your chances. If she can't cleanse, they can't heal for an additional turn. If you can achieve these goals without the health of the cross primary, offense, or more health. L337. She will be your main safeguard against Plague with a 50% heal based off her own health pool. Because of this, you'll want her with as much health as possible. The Zeta also provides your droids with a get out of jail free card with an instant revive, then equalizes their health with her own. If the opponent wants to waste their first turn bursting down 88, be my guest. The revive is subtle. You'll think you'll kill a droid, but then it has more health than what it started with. That's L3 working behind the scenes. Crit chance is equally as important, as L3 is a countering unit. Every time she counters, she crits, meaning every time she counters, she reduces the cooldown of BB-8's Illuminated Destiny. Speed is far less important here, as she has a 15% turn meter mechanic every time a droid takes damage. Asajj, Talzin, and even Daka to some extent have AoE moves, so she will get plenty of turns to use self-modification, re-prepare herself, and continue to taunt.
I'm T-Money-G, and the other voice you heard was GoodOl'Maurice, and we are both part of Operation Metaverse. We invite you to share this video with your guild and in your favorite chat rooms. We have a ton of content planned that you will not want to miss, so like and subscribe to get updates when more videos are released.